talks in the press this week about Pep Guardiola. Of course, we've had the big old transfer sagas with Kane and Ronaldo. But when asked about his future, and he's got a couple of years left in his contract, and he made no shyness about the fact that that could be when he walks away from this project, as they called it, in Manchester. He's got ambitions to take charge of a national team. By that time, in 2023, he'd have been at the club for 7 years. He says he's going to think about having a stop, whether he's going to need a break and see what they've done. He's mentioned about coaching in South America, playing in the Copa America. He wants to have experiences all around the world, so be interesting. It might just be the last couple of seasons with Manchester City against Arsenal. Last couple of seasons of Manchester City with Guardiola as a manager. Just in the win probability coming up on the stats. Oh, Ederson! Well, he was being casual and he played the ball against Smith Rowe, and the ball trickled all along the goal line and almost in for a, well, almost the most bizarrest of goals. It was so casual, went to clear the ball, dummied, faked it, then eventually went to play a pass, and well, Smith Rowe was about 2 yards out. He just came off him. He tried to direct it towards goal, and it just agonisingly for him just went about 5 yards wide. And maybe that's the moment that's going to spark Arsenal into some form of life here. And it seems to have done something as Xhaka goes flying in on Bernardo Silva. But just a bit too much on that. And Man City get on with the game quickly, looking to press forward. Here's Silva again, playing a 1-2 with Rodri. Here's Rodri again. Man City just keeping possession, looking just to settle back down again. Walker, Jesus, let's come all the way back to Laporte with Diaz. Arsenal now pressing a bit more in numbers, but that's just allowed that ball to ping over the top, and Silva looked to bring it down, but it's instead cleared away by Holding, who shakes his head as Man City man was allowed to run through, and if he'd have got that first touch, would have been in on goal. So thrown to Man City, in line with the penalty spot on this near side. Rodri comes up and stands by the post. This is something they've worked on in training. That's not going to do anything. That's an awful throw. It was easily cleared away. Nowhere near a Man City shirt. He'll get to go again, and that's a, I was going to say that's a better throw, but again easily defended. Not enough on it, and Tierney gets his head to it, and then it's hoisted away. But again, there's no one in a red shirt up there to lay the charge for Arsenal, so Man City can build again from the back. Rodri back to Laporte. Silva just lays it off first time to Cancelo over on that far side, and then he moves on ahead and gets the return. Looks to play the 1-2 with Grealish, who's been very quiet in this game so far. Grealish with a little flick on header. Here's Cancelo and Grealish. Back to Cancelo. Important touch from Saka. And Saka then wins a free kick off his fellow England man. And Grealish just shakes his head. Not happy with the referee about that one. But it's the first time we've really seen anything of the £100 million man in this game. There's Manchester City leading 2-0. Gundogan with the goal in the 8th minute. As Arsenal regroup, Odegaard and Smith Rowe just having a conversation. Odegaard's looking for some help, as Ederson just again able to stand with the ball, waste minutes here, and then he just picks the ball up, and Xhaka decides to come close. He bowls it out to Walker on this near side. Here's Ederson. He's got time to pick out his pass and does. Finds Cancelo. And here's Grealish. Grealish has got Gundogan making a run ahead of him as he charges into the middle of the park and then just feels the tug of the shirt. And that's going to be the first yellow card of the day. And it's Cedric just pulled the arm of Grealish as he started to charge at the Arsenal defence. So Man City with a free kick, which they take quickly. And they immediately go back, and Diaz just skims it into the centre circle for Silva. Suarez, now Gundogan, just turns back on the ball and lays it to Rodri. Again, looks like he's got acres of time and space as he looks to chip one over to Jesus. Jesus is beaten to it. He's happy to let that roll out of play, using his strength, holding off Smith Rowe for Man City to win a throw-in on this near side, which Walker takes quickly. Here's Laporte. Arsenal with the ball at the back. And the Man City are pushing almost 4 or 5 players up along that top line whenever they get the ball, making it almost 5 on 5 at the back there for Arsenal. With Grealish and Gundogan pushing up, making the numbers. That's a loose pass as Guardiola steps out of his penalty area asking more. And Arteta responds doing the same. Arteta, of course, former Arsenal player, spent many years coaching here at the Etihad under Pep Guardiola, where he earned his stripes. But he's yet to taste victory or even a point against his mentor in the league. As Man City have the ball once more. Silva just rolls the ball back towards Ruben Diaz, who then finds Ederson. Cancelo with a loose pass, but Laporte will pick that one up inside his own area. Here's Ederson. He's under pressure again, this time a low one that was nearly cut out, but in the end does find an Arsenal player, and the offside flag goes up against Xhaka as he strikes towards goal. It was low, was fisted away from Emerson anyway, but once again Ederson's kicking comes into question. This time when the ball was played back for him, was under pressure. He did kick it first time. It was low like a daisy cutter. It was picked up by Odegaard, and as the ball was played round the corner, Xhaka was just offside. Spares Ederson's blushes once more. Just a couple of warning signs for Pep Guardiola and this Arsenal team. It's and Man City team. That's been fairly comfortable for them up until this point. The ball sails over Smith Rowe's head for another Man City throwing. It's Manchester City 2, Arsenal 0 as we're in. He's taken up quite a lot of positions out on this. like it's going to be Gundogan's right foot to take this one. As Grealish comes in as well at the back post, and Gundogan floats it towards that back post. The game. Nearly 30 minutes gone. Grabs the ball and clasps it down and looks to get on with the game quickly. Falls back towards their own goal as they do so. Torres putting the pressure. Shows his strength, muscle and guard, and allows the ball to run out of play as he holds off the Arsenal front man. Arsenal will look more from their captain. Scored that hat-trick against West Bromwich Albion in the Carabao Cup last Tuesday night. Maybe that sort of papered over the cracks rather than showing what's going on here. And there's a chance, possibly, as Tierney goes flying into the box. He gets pushed. Martin Atkinson just points for a goal kick. Tierney just gets in, heads it again, gets in ahead of Carl Walker, just along the byline. Again, no real contact. He goes down. Arteta screaming for a penalty. Tierney wasn't really, to be fair to him, and we get back on the game as Holding did just about enough to hold off Torres. This is better from Arsenal in these last couple of moments. Here goes Smith Rowe on this near side, looking to take on Walker, but instead Rodri comes back and just picks his pocket, and Walker will go back to Ederson. Just a couple of moments there where Arsenal have asked a couple of questions. They haven't had possession for long enough to do so. Man City have been able to do what they're doing right now, just pass the ball around at the back and wait for their spots to play it forward. Ederson again, not under pressure. Fakes to chip the ball forward, and the Arsenal players retreat 15 or 20 yards away from him. He eventually does chip one out to Walker. Jesus does well, holds off Kolasinac. Smith Rowe trying to get onto the Brazilian, who feeds it off towards Silva, who loses out to Odegaard. And that chip ball looking for Saka isn't quite near him. Man City will get a throw-in now on the far side. Quickly taken. Cancelo. Rodri. Back to Ederson in the Manchester City goal. And here's Walker with time to go forwards. So not many shots in this game at all. Just the two attempts for Manchester City. Both ended up in the Arsenal nets. Arsenal, well, if you call it an attempt, which the Opta stats seem to have done, that clearance from Ederson was turned towards goal by Smith Rowe. The closest they've come, the closest to a goal. Not that he knew much about it, but here goes Gundogan. Just charging towards the edge of the area, out towards Grealish. Grealish comes into the area, shifts, steps over, plays it out to Cancelo. He's under pressure. Cancelo, though, turns his man brilliantly. Cancelo to the byline, goes to play the ball low, getting under pressure, and goes into the side netting. No one in the blue shirt near him. But That's what happens when Man City gets in and around the Arsenal area. They somehow turn on the style. Lovely nutmeg of Suarez by Cancelo. Just no end product at the end of it. Manchester City 2, Arsenal 0. Xhaka just waving away the Arsenal players, forcing Leno to go long with his goal kick. Still, Manchester City with over 70% of the possession in this game. It's been so comfortable for them, really. They haven't had to step out of second gear. 2 soft goals gifted to them really by 2 errors. 1 poor positioning, 1 an individual error. And Gundogan and Torres with the goals as Manchester City lead at the Etihad in this lunchtime kickoff by 2-0. Gundogan looks to play one forward, and that's a nasty looking challenge from Xhaka, who went flying in. It's going to be yellow. It would look to be a yellow. Martin Atkinson went for the yellow, but instead he's gone to the other pocket. It's going to be a red card for Xhaka. It looked like a fairly innocuous ball forward, but Xhaka went flying in, and Cancelo is down and he's hurt, and all the players are around him, and he does look to be in some pain. Xhaka pleading his innocence with the Man City players around him. Gundogan plays it forward, and he does go flying in with 2-footed and catches him right on the shin. That is an absolute shocking challenge, and it wasn't even the leading foot that catches the Man City man. The leading foot goes past and gets the ball. It's the second one. The second foot was up, catches the Man City man right on the bottom of the shin. That one's going to hurt, and it's red for the Arsenal man. And he doesn't want to leave the pitch quietly. He's just saying his piece to Cancelo, who's lying down hurt. Gundogan eventually pulls him away. Arsenal fans just looking absolutely distraught. Arteta's watching a replay now on his monitor. He's pleading his case. The technical coach next to him is just saying, well, what can you do? And Arsenal fans are leaving. There's several of them now making their way to the exits, hopefully just for a quick drink for half-time. Pause rather than actually leaving the grounds, but you never know. It's Manchester City 2, Arsenal 0. And if that wasn't enough at the Etihad, they're now down to 10 men as Xhaka has seen red. Flying in on Cancelo, 2-footed, both feet off the floor. Arteta now goes over to his player as Xhaka eventually does leave the pitch, gives him a little pat on the backside. He won't be happy. It was reckless, irresponsible. He's put his team in a bigger hole than they needed to be, and he's made his team's task that much harder. And of course it's a Man City free kick. They're keeping in line. Gundogan floats it in, headed back behind his own goal by Cedric Suarez. Be a Manchester City corner. Gundogan again to take. And they'll feel now that they can really ramp up the pressure. Can they get a third before half-time? Manchester City 2, Arsenal 0. Gundogan with the corner. Arsenal down to 10 men. Xhaka sent off for a 2-footed tackle on Suarez. Corner whipped in. Works his through to Jesus. First time layup. Turned towards goal. And blocked away for another corner. Pats on the back for Tierney. Shot on the edge of the area from Torres. Well blocked. Jesus with a lovely little cushion first time ball to him. I don't think the shot was going on target, but Tierney wasn't going to let that chance. And Gundogan strolls over from one side of the pitch to the other. Arsenal having to play the remaining 10 minutes of this half with 10 men. Suarez engaging in conversation with Martin Atkinson. for option. The ball to Rodri. Grealish just pulled away, got space in the air and said it's crossed in. Arsenal half clear it. Man City come again with Jesus. 3 blue shirts to the back post and it's headed towards goal. But not challenging the goalkeeper. It was Rodri who was just beaten to it. Holding did enough and I think it came off the Arsenal man. It's going to actually be a corner. Jesus just dinking that ball in from the edge of the area. Very similar to the delivery for the goal, in fact. So Arteta looks on, despondent. He's got to rally these troops and want to get this team back in the dressing room without any further damage as Leno fists that corner away. But Torres keeps the attack alive with Cancelo. Gundogan just tries to switch play but gets his angles all wrong and Xhaka takes a touch but he didn't have that much time as the Man City players coming back nip the ball off him. Jesus plays a nice little 1-2 but instead Walker took the ball off him and Man City happy to just have possession, keep the ball. Arsenal with everyone back behind the ball as Grealish carry the ball forwards. Here's Gundogan exchanging passes with Cancelo. Arsenal players just standing off. Man City able to pick their passes. The ball's worked to the middle of the park to Kyle Walker. He's taken up a position centrally just by the centre circle. He now goes back to Laporte. Do you think Man City will go for this now? But do they sense blood? The ball's chipped forward towards Jesus and it just bounces away from him with his outstretched leg. Couldn't quite bring it down. Leno comes and grabs the ball. Danger over, he just gives a little high five to Holding. He did just enough on the Brazilian, who's also been linked with moves away to Juventus, possibly, who are obviously in the market for a striker now. Man City with the ball again. Here's Torres on this right hand side now. He seems to have swapped positions with Jesus momentarily. Grealish with acres of space on that far side, carries the ball into the Arsenal half, looks for the 1-2 instead. Gundogan plays it back and then Suarez looked to carry on the run, but he would have been offside had the ball gone through to him. And Leno can just waste a couple of moments as Arsenal have possession at the back. Holding has to go back to his skipper, but 4 blue shirts putting the pressure on and Leno's forced to go long. Aubameyang with a header that isn't anywhere near a red shirt, but Smith Rowe will give chase. Ederson now though can just pick his pass. They've got the extra man, and if it was easy and casual for them to find a blue shirt before, they've got that extra bit of space now. As charging forward comes Gundogan. Here goes Grealish on the outside, coming into the area. Grealish comes in, chips onto his right foot, stabs it out, and there it is from Gabriel Jesus to make it 3-0 just before half-time. Grealish from the far side, a couple of step-overs into the area, flicks the ball with the outside of his right foot. There's Jesus inside the 6-yard box to slide it home, and it's Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0. Well, Grealish, that's what he's brought in for. His assists, his attacking play, and he's made a contribution here. Charging run into the area, into the Arsenal half to begin with. But there's far too much space allowed for Grealish, who just went in on Chambers. Chambers backed off, and you can't do that against this man who's so skillful. Couple of little step overs, dinks in, and there's Jesus, who's even got time to take a touch before firing it in at the near post with his left foot. Leno, he'd come charging out of his goal, nowhere to be seen. And Manchester City with a 3-goal lead, and you just wonder now how bad this could be for this Arsenal side. Yet to score a goal in the Premier League, losing 2-0 on the opening day to Brentford. Losing 2-0 at home to Chelsea last weekend, and now 3-0 down at the home of the champions. They've given the ball away again, and just getting back with Smith Rowe, preventing Grealish from getting in on the act. He's been the bright spark for Arsenal, and there haven't been many, to be honest. as they're forced back and ball chipped forward towards Saka. He's not going to get there. Grealish can bring it down. Then just turns away from Odegaard. Finds Cancelo, who's the furthest Arsenal player forward so far. And here's Gundogan. We're told to take the ball in the edge area. He shifts it out towards Ferran Torres. Lovely little turn from him. Torres on his left foot to chip the ball back. This time it is blocked away by Callum Chambers. Grealish with a cross. Important from Kolasinac. Heads it behind for a corner. Man City really piling on the pressure. They looked to add a fourth before the half-time break. Guardiola in deep conversation as Silva takes it quickly to Gundogan. Gundogan chips the ball in, headed away by Holding. Saka looks to take the ball away and lead Arsenal on a break. Aubameyang is beaten to the ball and will happily accept the throw-in. All of a sudden you can see the Man City players just turning up a gear as Aubameyang just throws the ball angrily into the ground. He's frustrated. Arsenal frustrated. 3 goals down, a man down, and we're not even at half-time here at the Etihad Stadium. Long throw, Saka beaten to it by Diaz. It's a lofted ball that Laporte has to deal with, and he does. He heads it to his centre-back partner, who lofts one forwards, and Torres was there first, but he can't direct his header towards a blue shirt, so it will go out of play for an Arsenal throw. Lots for the Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta to do at half-time. Reorganisation, a purpose for this second half, as we've got 3 additional minutes to be added on at the end of this first half. We're into the first minute of those. The ball back with Ederson. Rodri again, no one within 10 yards of him. He can easily exchange passes with Gundogan. Up towards Grealish, just inside the Arsenal half. He's under pressure from Callum Chambers, who's been just lays a couple of hands on him as the England man lays the ball off. Jesus just picks it up, turns in field. Rodri again, no pressure on him, and he can find Grealish again. Man City playing at walking pace, just exchanging a couple of passes between Cancelo and Laporte. Walker comes in, gets in on the act. He's playing in this central role now, and Jesus had made a little ball back and run at the Arsenal defence, but the ball back to him had far too much on it, and it will be a goal kick. So Jesus, Torres and Gundogan with the goals, which means all 8 goals that Manchester City have scored this season have all been scored by different players. Little stat for you there, as we are just about to go into the last of the 3 additional minutes. And Manchester City once again pick up the goal kick and a little back heel. Bit of cheeky play from Cancelo towards Laporte. Arsenal just chasing shadows at the moment. Man City playing keep ball. It's now Walker just allowed to stroll with the ball inside the Arsenal half. Jesus just told to turn and go back. No need to force it. That's the message from Kyle Walker. As Cancelo now gets the ball on the left-hand side. Grealish looks to play the 1-2. An important challenge again from Chambers, prevents that one. Laporte will pick it up at the back for Man City, and Walker turns forward. He's got Silva pulling one way. Instead he looks for Torres. Now Silva gets the ball. Jesus on this near touchline. Now checks infield. Lovely little reverse pass in. Torres looked to play in Grealish. Cleared away just as the England man looks set to strike. Lovely movement though from Torres, and that's the end of this half. Referee Martin Atkinson has said that's your lot. Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0. The half-time saw Gundogan open the scoring with that header inside of 8 minutes. Then Ferran Torres made it 2 after Suarez let the ball fly through underneath his foot, and he had the simplest task to tap in. And talking about tapping in, so did Gabriel Jesus after good work from Grealish. Played it across to the Brazilian, who had time to control and tap it in from 6 yards. Xhaka sent off for a two-footed challenge on Cancelo. Lots to do for Arteta and his Arsenal team. It's Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0.
Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flash Score, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flash Score, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flash Score, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flash Score, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flash Score, game-changing numbers. live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flashscore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flashscore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flashscore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flashscore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flashscore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information.
Well, welcome back to the Etihad Stadium, where it's Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0. First half that was dominated by the citizens and made that little bit easier by that red card for Granit Xhaka just about 10 minutes or so before half-time. So Arsenal, barring some kind of miracle, are looking to be heading to 3 defeats to start their season for the very first time since 1954. Also, some stats that probably won't be pleasing if your name's Granit Xhaka. Since his debut in the Premier League, he's been sent off 4 times, which is the most in the Premier League, along with another former Arsenal player, David Luiz. So the 4th time the Swiss midfielder has been sent off since August 2016. There's also a player on the used to play for the opposite side of the team today, Fernandinho has also been sent off 4 times in that period as well. There's a couple of changes going to be taking place. Zinchenko comes on for Manchester City. I believe Arsenal are going to put on a change as well. Saka is going to come off and El Neni comes on. I'm just looking around the pitch, there's Kyle Walker who's actually gone off for Manchester City, who've got us underway in this second half. Just looking back through the history books, 3 goals is the most Manchester City have won in the Premier League era. You have to go back to 1908 for their biggest victory over Arsenal, or Woolwich Arsenal as they were known then. It was a 4-0 victory. And for Arsenal, well, they record victory 5-0 back in 2000, back in that Invincibles year. And it's a long way from that period now for this Arsenal team. The gamble of 5 at the back didn't appear to work, or hasn't worked for them. As Man City keep possession, pass it around inside the Arsenal half at will. Zinchenko getting his first touch of the ball to Grealish. He's over on this left-hand side. Gundogan spreads it over to the right-hand side, looking for Cancelo now, who's switched flanks. Outside of the boot, and it's flicked towards goal by Gabriel Jesus. In fact, it was Gundogan who got ahead to it first. Lovely outside of the boot curl with his right foot, and just inches away from Jesus, who's just saying, little big thumbs up to Cancelo. He's playing over on the right hand side this second half. Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0 from the Etihad. El Neni on for Saka. So he's gone into the middle of the park. Aubameyang seems to have pushed up as a front 2 with Smith Rowe. We'll see how that develops, see if Arsenal can get something from this game, something positive to go back to the Emirates with. Their fans, after the defeat to Chelsea last week, some of them already calling for Arteta's head this season, wanting him to be replaced with Antonio Conte, the former Chelsea and manager, of course, who's out of work at the moment, having led Inter Milan to the Serie A title last season. As Man City look to come forward again, Cancelo gets a first-time ball in, just to Gundogan. Just again, thumbs up at the fullback / winger, as it appears in this half. And his first-time ball, just exactly where you want it, whipped in along the 6-yard box, but no one in the blue shirt there to meet it. Arsenal with the throw. And then he gets his first touch, and Odegaard, who's been largely conspicuous by his absence in this game. As I heard earlier in the week, he joined obviously on loan in the January transfer window in that time, up until this very game in fact. These were the top 2 form teams in 2021 in terms of league form. It would be Manchester City first, Arsenal second if we just took this calendar year into account. You wouldn't say that looking at the 2 teams on the pitch today, as Man City passing the ball with freedom around the edge of the Arsenal area. Grealish just a bit too much on that for Silva, but really nice play as Gundogan and Silva, Grealish exchanging passes on the edge. Guardiola looks frustrated, and he's just barking some instructions at Jack Grealish, telling him, instructing him where to play the ball, where to move. It's going to take him time to integrate into this team, integrate into the way that Pep Guardiola likes to play. That's where goal kick is hoisted forward, headed away by Laporte. Aubameyang was offside, so Man City get on with the game and get on with it quickly. Cancelo exchanges passes with Jesus around the halfway line. Jesus has got the ball in field to Rodri, instead goes back to Diaz, who's allowed to carry the ball unchallenged, and then feed it out to Grealish on this left-hand side, who looked to take on his man, instead plays it out to Zinchenko. Now Gundogan picks the ball in the middle of the park with space and time to turn. And his own man, Ferran Torres, blocked the shot from going in. Shot from the edge of the area from Rodri. Looked to be heading towards goal. Torres stopped it. Man City, though, still with the ball. Cancelo out on the far side, the right-hand side. Back to Jesus on the edge of the area. He lays it all the way back to Diaz now. As Gundogan shifts it onto his right foot, turns it towards goal. Shots blocked on the edge of the area, and Arsenal look to clear and chip the ball forward to Lacazette, who's got space to turn into the channel. But as he started to hold the ball up, Cancelo comes chasing back and clears the ball off of his toes. But that was another nearly moment for Manchester City. Grealish first in the area, gets the ball to Silva, and you thought he just needed to unleash it first time. Instead, he took a little touch, got the ball caught under his foot as he looked to take on Chambers. A point-blank shot with his left foot who's falling back. Leno does well to get the save in. And then that shot from the edge of the area from Rodri, blocked by his own man Torres. Two good chances for Manchester City inside the first 5 minutes or so in this second half. As Leno pumps one forward. Cancelo rises highest again. El Neni gets in there, but it still breaks Manchester City's way. It's Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0 at the Etihad. Zinchenko with the ball on this near side. Plenty of space again for Gundogan. Exchange of passes with Silva. And now Rodri, again at walking pace. Flicks the ball out to Cancelo on that right side. He gets the return of Man City just picking their passes, playing their way unchallenged. And they slowly walk the ball forward. Now midway inside the Arsenal half as Arsenal retreat once more. Rodri to Jesus. In the corner of the penalty area. Cancelo. Back to Jesus. Here's Rodri. Now there's space for Gundogan on his right foot. Thought about the shot instead. Shifts it out to Grealish. Grealish inside the area. Gets onto his right foot. The angle was blocked off though. Man City pick up the ball. Zinchenko falls back to Laporte. Zinchenko gets the break. Gets the ball again. Jesus looks to feed one in. Torres looks to turn back towards goal. First time shot! 4-0! Curled and passed into the net from Rodri from about 25 yards. Torres looked to be played in. Instead, he turned back towards goal. Thought the best option was to lay it back. And a first-time shot just passed in round the outstretched arm of Leno into the left-hand corner. It's Manchester City 4, Arsenal 0. Rodri with the goal. Outstretched arm of Leno into the left-hand corner. It's Manchester City 4, Arsenal 0. Rodri with the goal. Outstretched arm of Leno into the left-hand corner. It's Manchester City 4, Arsenal 0. Rodri with the goal. And it's numbers.
Arsenal.
It's Manchester City 4, Arsenal 0. Rodri with the goal. And it's numbers. It's Manchester City 4, Arsenal 0. Rodri with the goal. And it's numbers.